What's up, everyone? Today is the same day as it was in the last episode with the Mini Cooper, which don't know when that was for you guys, but as you can see, I'm still working on filling up the coolant with the, what is this called again? I can't remember. Anyways, we're trying to get this sorted out, and unfortunately the fuel pump did finally kick the bucket on us. So we are going to go ahead and, oh, here's a quick lesson to be learned. Do not, under any circumstances, oh, press the wrong button there, here we go, leave these out of their appropriate places, because otherwise a squirrel, or a chipmunk most likely, will take up residence. So I have to clean this car out. It's a good way to totally destroy your car. Make sure you put those back in when you're done. Now, this is going to be a pretty easy project. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Hold on a second. Where did I put my phone's charging? See if you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, perfect. Now, this is already off. So we'll just set that aside. Make sure to put them on. We're going to do the same thing I did the last time I had to get this open, which is kind of cheap. So I'm not going to spend the money on a tool just to remove this. Now, this is not the right way of doing it by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a good way of doing it. So you could spend the money on the proprietary tool, or you can use a little bit of ingenuity. Once it's off, just slide that out of your way. Oh yeah, this clip pushes to one side. You just have to probably do that beforehand. Oh, whenever working on the fuel line, make sure there's no power to the car so you don't accidentally, kill yourself, or at the very least burn the car to the ground. So once that's off, I'll probably fight you the whole gosh darn way. It's supposed to pivot at some point. Should probably have done that beforehand. There we go. All right. That may not have been the right way of doing it. That seems right enough. Okay. Once that's out of the way, replacing the fuel pump is pretty straightforward. Get that out over there. Remember that there are things hooked up on the inside of here, which we'll go ahead and open up the other fuel pump to show you what it looks like. So you do have some connectors that have to be taken apart because it does feed to the other side, and then it also draws from the other side, I believe. Anyway, so it goes in like that. Anywho, so no, okay, that's your fuel level. I believe this actually hooks up to going outside, and then it pumps over and maybe pressurizes. Anywho, oh, look at that. There's a way to pop in the trunk from the inside. It's good. Oh, and I'm going to quickly run and go get the silicone spray to help reinstall this gasket. Without it, it is a total pain in the ass. So I'll be right back. Another good tip is, well, inside here with the fuel thing open, the last time I was in here, there was a torrential downpour and I had the door shut and it was absolutely oppressive. So we're going to find what we're attached to on here, gingerly disconnect, so it's not something I want to be replacing. Try not to lose the connector and everything so you're not hunting that down later. that won't be particularly fun. You have this connector right here you got to get out of the way. And I'm just trying to do that right now. I don't know if you can see what I was saying. There's a little connector that goes inside right through there. That one goes to the inside. And also remember which plug goes to which. I'm just trying to disconnect things in here so I can get it out. This was definitely one of those things I figured would have been pretty straightforward and easy to do. But you know what they say. As soon as you assume something like that. So I'm going to fast forward this a bit for you guys. Alright, now that you've fought with this thing tooth and nail, make sure that the line actually that I thought was going that way, it doesn't. It loops this way, goes over the other tank, and then you have a return one right there. So once you do that, you put this gasket in first. Make sure you spray that with the silicone lube. Make your life a lot easier down the road, and that road's coming up pretty quickly. So once that's in there, you got it all siliconed. This just pops right back down inside there. And once it's in there, nice and snug, this ring goes back on it. Keep this out of your way. I did spill a little bit of gasoline in here, so we'll have to clean that up before we put power back to this. And you just screw this back on, and then you rinse and repeat with the hammer and screwdriver. So she's nice and tight. Remember, there is such thing as too tight, two pieces. So once it starts tightening up and it starts groaning, letting you know that it's about to snap and twine, and then you just push this back down on there. And make sure she's seated all the way in there. All right, looks like I may have overdone it before. I'll pull this back off for a second. And we're just not on the track. Okay. So be careful while taking things apart. If it seems like it's fighting you, don't do what I normally do and manhandle it. Now you got to get this back on the way it's supposed to be, Brian. Okay, I see. I think I got to take it all the way off. Hopefully that doesn't totally break it. And pop that back in, and it locks into place nice and tightly. Now we clean up the mess and we see if she starts up. All right, so we're losing light very quickly here, and this battery pack is at 100%, so we're going to try starting her up. All right, so that's a successful change of the fuel filter, or fuel pump rather, which I should have changed the filter before I fixed the other issue, but not that it is a problem, just it would have been, you know, kind of convenient just to have done it at the same time. So that's how you change a fuel pump in a $400 Mini Cooper. Now we do have a few more things left on the project on this, one of which will be the headlights. Let's see if you can see what I'm talking about here. The headlights, because they are burnt out, and the cracked windshield, which I think I'm going to bring it down to Safe Light, because Safe Light will charge, I think, 300 bucks. So I am going to be having a trailer very shortly, and we'll just throw it on the trailer, bring it down, get it the glass replaced. It's like 350 bucks. And that's all I have for you guys today. It was a long day. I had a lot of stuff to be done, and I have a little bit of an update for the Buick, but I think I'll have a special episode later in the week just for that, just to kind of get everyone's opinions. And I have a feeling right now, for now, I agree with you guys. We're going to get the engine running, mostly because then I can actually drive it around. The frame is a little rough, but I actually kind of looked at it more. You know, this is an episode about the Mini Cooper. This thing is, oh, I want to get this thing on the road so bad, but I gotta stay focused. The Mini Cooper is now all set, and I'm going to finish up the coolant, button up the engine bay, and I can hear a little bit of bubbles still inside the system. And oh, I can't wait to see my wife driving this down the road. Guys, have a wonderful night.